Welcome to Marketecture, where you can get smart fast with in-depth interviews of leading technology vendors. I'm Jeremy Kagan, and I'm here with Ray Chow, who is the head of global monetization, product, and operations at TikTok, and he's going to tell us a little bit about their new suite of products for the advertiser that they just announced last month. How are you doing today, Ray?
Nice to meet you again, Jeremy.
So you've got this, obviously, 1 billion users, got a big reach in the U.S. as well. Where are your advertisers coming from right now? Who are they trying to reach? And who do you see as your sort of big competitors right now?
I think we actually expanded pretty well into different verticals, right? So you can think about very brand-focused verticals like CPG, entertainment, financial services in terms of, promoting their service, and also food and beverage. These are the traditional verticals that we're leaning in a lot when we actually starting the business here in the US and also across global. But slowly, as our platform gets more mature, we of course pivoting to a more self-serve model to acquire more performance-driven clients. For example, e-commerce is a very big sector for us. And also, of course, retailers in general, right? So we're talking about big box sectors, or we're talking about e-commerce platforms. So these are all our customers on the platforms. We're increasingly to see that not only those large customers, they find the roots on the platform. We're also seeing a lot of those smaller and medium-sized business starting to engage with us in a more meaningful way because they realize that it's how they can actually expand in their user base and also really present themselves to the world because of our unique technology on the content graph, right? So it is actually pretty fascinating to see that, we're able to not only actually service those traditional brands, but also service those SMB customers to really engage with them on the performance-based business.
Well, let's dive into each of those in turn, because right now you mentioned some self-service and some options there. Can we sort of go through what kind of advertising products do you have, and what were sort of the updates you announced last month at TikTok World?
Yeah, I think I want to touch base maybe starting from the performance part. Okay. I think people all know us pretty well on the branding side of things because this is I would say, one of the well-known parts of the business. The other part of business, of course, is the performance. By performance, we can look into these by two divisions. One is on the app side of the business, right? How can we actually drive developer success on the platform? And the other pieces would be based on webs. It's very much towards our US business model in terms of everything is a website, right? So how can we drive traffic, conversions, and beneficial the ecosystem for all those kind of e-commerce focused clients in this case? So starting from the app side, we recently launched a product called Smart Performance Campaign. It is actually
Smart Performance Campaign. And this is an ad unit.
Performance Campaign. It is I would say, a campaign type, so that it is actually leveraging our in-feed video ad units. But the technology behind it is pretty much fully automation because we know that it is harder and harder for a lot of the business owners and also marketers to keep up with the newest technology, right? It takes a lot of time and a lot of efforts to learn what are the new things going to be out there and help you to drive your performance. But to be honest, I think if I'm the business owner, I do think it's a huge burden because my goal is to grow my business, not becoming a digital advertising expert, right? So by launching this product, especially for our app developers, they're able to focusing on launching new gaming, new apps to benefiting their users without worrying too much about how do they actually get into the right users at scale. So the Smart Performance Campaign is definitely trying to serve that purpose by taking all those kind of manual optimization away, but giving them a more easy access to actually managing and also operating their business on TikTok.
Well, let's unpack that a little bit. So if I'm running a Smart Performance Campaign, first off, I know that generally speaking, TikTok has said in the past, don't create ads, create TikToks. And that's when you're trying to perform more of on a content basis. But this is an ad campaign. So what does the creative look like? How long is it? What do we have to do to create a creative unit in this kind of campaign?
Yeah, Jeremy, that's a very good question. So again, TikTok is a very content-based platform. So creatives means a lot to us and means a lot to our advertisers. So I think for this SPC, it is actually trying to take away the other half of the burden, which is how do you actually creating the campaign and targeting the user, or really like looking to find your best audience on the platform. The creative part, we do actually have this on the future roadmap to embed it together with this product. But right now, we do actually have a lot of different tools to help our advertisers to really make it easier for them to create for TikTok. So for example, we do have a standalone editing and also shooting app outside TikTok. So it's called CapCut. So
CapCut.
this tool, CapCut.
So CapCut is a standalone app for your advertisers so they can make the video creative they need for these kinds of campaigns.
Yes. So that tool is very easy to use. You have templates and also tutorial templates actually on the app to teach you how do you create engaging content for user to looking at your ads. So that's one, right? So it's more like a production tool.
Thanks for listening. To hear the complete interview, subscribe at marketecture.tv.